evaluate the limit. The limit of x plus 2 divided by the product of x minus 1 and x plus 3 as x approaches negative 3. Well, we can tell right away that if we directly substitute negative 3 in for x, we're going to get a 0 in the denominator. So we have to approach negative 3 from both the left and the right. Let's start with approaching it from the left. So the limit as x approaches negative 3 from the left So for our x values, we'll substitute in negative 3 1/10, negative 3 100th, and we might need to do negative 3 1,000th. Let's start with negative 3 1/10. If we substitute negative 3 1/10 into our function, the calculator, we end up getting negative 2 68/100. So negative 2 68/100 about. Okay, now let's try to do negative 3 100th. When we do that, we will get a value of negative 25 1900ths about. So negative 25 1900ths. And now let's do 3 1,000th. Let's substitute that in. And when we do that, we will get negative 250 1900ths. So we can see as x approaches negative 3 from the left, we're approaching negative infinity. Now let's try the limit of our function as x approaches negative 3 from the right. So we're going to extend or rewrite x, and then we have f of x, and we're going to do negative 2 9/10, then negative 2 9900ths, and then negative 2 999,000ths. We'll see what we get. What we can see is when we substitute negative 2 9/10 in to our function, we end up getting positive 2 3100ths about. So 2 31. And then if we do negative 2 9900ths, when we substitute that value in, we get positive 24 8100ths about. And if we substitute negative 2 999,000ths in for x and evaluate, we get positive 249 8100ths. So we can see that this one is approaching positive infinity, and these two values do not match. So therefore, the limit of x plus 2 divided by the product of x minus 1 and x plus 3 as x approaches negative 3 does not exist. Answer choice D.